Hello and good day once again. In today's class, this lesson, I'll be discussing the while loop. The while loop, for a while now, we're discussing about the conditional statement. While loop can also be categorized under the conditional statement. So now, because why something is true, do this. It's a condition. So, what is a while loop? I would say while loop. While loop. So, say while loop. First, I would like us to break it down into simpler word. When you say loop, the word loop simply means creating a kind of repetition, loop, continuous loop, repeat. That is, after you are done with this process, go ahead to do it again. Doing it a process, repeating a process. So that is the meaning of loop. So while a condition is true, repeat this process. That's the meaning of while loop. And one thing you should also take note of while loop is that while loop condition is always true. The while loop is always true at first. So that is why this condition is true, do this. That's it. Why this condition is true, do this. Also, while loop is also mainly used in building interactive games, interactive programs, games, and also programs like virus. Maybe you want to create a kind of virus, you want to create something that keeps looping and keeps repeating itself. And while in during this course, I also want to be very conscious of this so that your program will not run into an infinite process whereby it will not stop. So you must be very conscious. So without wasting time, let's set an example. I said while condition, as long as the condition is true, it will do what? It will keep what? Keep performing, repeating the process. So why this condition? So let's take a small example. An example of, let's say I equals to 1. Let's say I equals to 1. So if I equals to 1, so we say while I is less or equals to 5, we already know that I will always be less and equals to 5, and less or equals to I will always be less than 5, and it will never be equals to 5. So why I is less or equals to 5, the I we have there is always is less than 5. It's not equals to 5. But so as long as this statement is true, print print high, print high. So if I continue with this, it will just keep printing one, 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 one. It will keep printing one for me. But in order not to run into an infinite loop, I will create something by saying, let I now be equals to I plus 1. That is, now increase I by 1. The moment after you print I, now come here, increase I by 1, then I will be 2. Go ahead. Now I is 2. It is less than 5. Print I. Now increase it by 1 again. Now I is 3. Go up. I is 3 is still less than 5. Print 3. Go ahead. Increase it by 1. That's 3 plus 1. That is 4. To go up, 4 is less than 5. Print 4. To come here again, 4 plus 1, that is I now is 4, so plus 1, that is 5. It will come here, it's no longer less than 5, it is equals to 5. This time around, it will print it. Then it will come again, come down, then I now is 5, then plus 1, that is 6. It will now come here, I less or equals to 5. I is no longer less than 5, nor it's not also equals to 5. It is now greater than 5. Then it will end the loop. So if we print it out now, let's see. hope you can see that. So that is it. So in order to jump out to be sure to know that okay, this program is on in case you run into an infinite loop. So I'll create an instruction that says done. So the moment our program is done, it tells us done. That's it. It tells us to say done. Now you ask me that why didn't I put print inside the while loop? Mind you, this is a condition, and if I put done here, that is at every time after increasing I by one, it will print done. It will go up again. It will do the same thing, print done. But I don't want it that way. I want it to print done when all this loop has been obeyed. Mind you, everything, any instruction put outside a loop like this will only be printed when this condition is no longer true. As long as this condition is still true, it will not come here. It will keep repeating until it is no more true, then it will now print this. That's the idea. So let's try to spice it up a little by saying x multiplied by I. So we say x multiplied by I, let's run it. You can see. Now what it's going to do, you remember expression, this is an expression here. So we say x in the first I is 1, so x in one place, the next x in two places, x in three places, x in four places, in five places. And when this is done, it is to print done. So that is it. Now let's try to spice it up a little as well by creating a guessing game. So let's say we want to create a guessing game. So to do this guessing game is very simple. In order to guess something, that is to say, that thing you want to guess is already existing somewhere. I've written the number. I want people to start guessing the number. That is, I must have written down the number and I'll ask you to guess the number. That is it. So that's we call it a secret number. The secret number equals, let's make our secret number 7. So how many times can you guess before I can say no, you've lost, you can no longer make a guess. So I need to put that into consideration as well. So I say guess times, guess time equals 3. You can only guess 3 times. Also, there should be someone or something that counts the number of times you've made the guess. So we call that guess number. So this guess number will always be 0 initially. So we continue by saying while guess number is less than guess counts. Guess time is less than guess time. So let's say now what do I want you to do? While it is less than, you should always do what? First, you need to ask the user that is okay, make a guess. Guess equals inputs into make a make a guess. So we ask the user to make a guess. Then we continue. Now we need something to keep track of the guessing. That is, when you make the guess in the first time, the second time, it then let us know that okay, it has already reached the third time. Because here the guess number will always be lesser than the guess time. So what we need to do is what? We need to create a kind of increment for guess number. So we say guess number. Now I'm using the increment sign this time around, the increment operator. That's the increment operator. So I say equals to plus or equal plus equals to 1. So it will always increase the number of guesses until it is no more less than 3, which is the guess time. So after that has been figured out, has been done, then we say print, print. So if the guess count is right, sorry, if the guess is right, that is when the number you guess here is equals to the number, the secret number. So if guess is equals to secret number. Now what do I want it to do? If guess is equals to secret number, then I'll say print you won. Print you won. So let's try that out. I click this play button or I press Control Shift F10. Control plus Shift plus F10. So it's asking me to make a guess. So I say guess 5, enter. Make a guess 6, enter. Make a guess 7. Now, I want you to take note of one thing here. It keeps telling me, even when my guess was wrong, nothing to tell me that the guess was wrong. That's number one. Number two, when I made the right guess, I still couldn't get you won. It just terminated because it is no longer, it is now, I've made 3 guesses. That is the lifeline. I've used the 3 lives. So now what I'm going to do is, in order to make this work, that is to print this you want, what is actually wrong there? Take note, every input supplies a string. Every input supplies a string. So we now convert this, and mind you, our secret number is 7. So there can't be, an operation cannot be performed with, because our secret number is an integer, while the guess being an input is a string. So if we come here and we type 7, we are supplying an integer, not a string. So we either convert this, we either say string, either change this to string. If you do that, run it, it will work. So if I say 7, yes, now it's a string. But now I want to make it look not a string, but I want it as an integer. So I can also say int, that is string conversion, that is conversion, type conversion. Then mind you, number of open brackets must be equals to the number of closed brackets. Now that I include a bracket here, I must close it as well at the end. That is, this instruction covers everything inside its bracket. That's it. So if I run it, it must work as well. It must work. I say 7. That's good. But mind you, it's still asking me to make a guess, even when the number is right, even when I'm right. So therefore, I need to do something to stop that. So in order to stop it, after the guess is right, I'll include a function, break. So immediately it is right, it tells me break. Stop. So let me run it. So it's a 7, you won. Okay. Now, in order for us to know that, okay, we are done with the program, I'll create an instruction out of the loop. So I'll say print, print, play again. Yes, we want the user to always play again. We want the user to always play again. So if you run it, you play again. So let's see what we've added to it. So 7, enter. So what if I make the wrong guess? What will happen? I say 3, okay, 4. Now I need to correct that and make it tell you that, sorry, wrong guess, try again. So that is, I can make use of else. I'll say else, That's double. That's double condition. So else prints what? Prints try again. Prints try again. Print try again. So let's see. To run it. Take note of one thing. At every instance I had an instruction, I run it immediately so that I can easily know when I've made a mistake. As a beginner, you shouldn't keep writing your instruction and think you test run it later. Always test your instruction. Immediately you add an instruction, test it to confirm where you've immediately you have error, you can know that okay, yes, there's an error. So let's try 6, try again, 5, try again, 5. It still say try again, even at the third time. Now, mind you, it should say instead of saying try again, it should say you fail. It should say you fail. You get it? It should say you fail. Play again. Now, to do that, this is what we'll do. So, I want you to say you fail. So, what do I do here? So, when should it tell me, the program tell me you fail? When guess is not equals to secret number. Sorry, there's a condition for that which is elif guess not equals to secret number. But okay, let's see. Let me just run that so that we can. I don't want to combine process so that for the sake of everyone to get what I'm doing. So I'll say try try again. So else you should say you fail. So just take note of what's going to happen. You fail. So that's it. So let's try. Let's see this. So two. It's still saying try again. Try again. It still says try again. Do you see that? So now I don't want it to display try again. And when my guess is up to 3, it should say you fail. So here I'll say guess not equals to secret number and guess number guess number guess not equals to secret number and guess number is less than less than guess that's 3, that's guess times. So as long as it is still less than guess time, you should say try again. But if it's no longer less than guess time, you should say you fail. Let's try that. Control Shift F. Then so 2, 3, 4. You fail. That's it. So that is how to build a simple guessing game, a simple guessing game. So thank you very much. Meet me in the comment section for any question. If you want me to improve on this, tell me what you want me to add to it. Then I will do that. Thank you very much and have a nice time.